Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon with Yoga New Mexico, where we focus on empowerment, alignment, and strength. You are in the right place, capable and strong. What are we going to do today? 25-minute class, all based around Malasana. That is your Yogic Squat, also known as Garland pose. So, if you would like to get loose, awake, ready to flow into the week with a sequence that all revolves around Garland, your Yogic Squat, your Malasana, then go ahead, roll out your mat, and I will roll the intro screen. Finding yourself standing at the top of your mat, separate your feet just gently. Gonna do some full body breath to help get things awake and loose. So close your eyes, roll your shoulders back. Inhale, lift your sternum. Exhale, soften your shoulders. A couple more. Inhale, gently lifting that sternum up. Exhale, soften your shoulders. Down and back. Keep going. Listening to the sound of that breath. Slow, gentle, and calm. Forgetting about anything from your week, your day, your morning, your weekend, whenever it may be. Just focus on being present here and now. You've gifted yourself this half hour to do some yoga, so just being present on your mat. Inhaling through your nose, out your nose, exhaling. Setting an intention for your practice, something uplifting, something to energize you through the week. Maybe if you're doing this class in the evening, then something that will help calm you, whatever you like. Very good. Sealing your intention with 3 cleansing breaths. Simply inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold. And exhale out the mouth. Inhale through your nose. Inhale, inhale. Create space. And now gentle sigh. Open up your eyes. Go ahead and inhale, hands up overhead. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, swan dive. All the way down. Forward fold. Very good. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Come all the way down. Chin is last to rise, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead. Very gentle back bend. Squeeze your glutes. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back, and exhale, your forward fold. Chin is last to rise on your inhale, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes, exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down, forward fold. We inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, relax. Chin is the last to rise, slow and steady, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes, exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold all the way down, relax. Okay, hands, place them on the mat, stepping it into your first downward facing dog. In our first down dogs, I think it's best to maybe not have the best form and just kind of walk it out and kind of waking everything up here. You can have so much mobility mobility in your down dog that as we're getting warmed up, it's kind of good to make use of that. So, still getting loose and twisty, moving things around. All right, shift forward into a plank. Holding in your plank, strong. Downward facing dog. Identify that left foot. Brief three-legged, then bring it through. Base of your lunge. Inhale, hands up overhead, crescent lunge, slow. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale those hands to prayer position at heart center. Exhale, twist slow. Stay here in your twist. Right elbow, left knee. Take a breath cycle. Inhale. Exhale, soften. Then slow inhale back to neutral. Exhale, relax. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring them all the way down. Standing splits on an inhale, just gently. Exhale, forward fold. Set it down. Inhaling, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Very good. Place those hands on the mat, stepping it back into downward facing dog. All right. Shift forward into a plank, holding strong in that plank. And downward facing dog. All right. Right leg brief, three-legged, then bring it all the way through. Base of your lunge. Inhale, hands flowing with your breath up overhead. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale your hands to heart center. Then left elbow, right knee. Exhale, twist. Take a breath cycle. Inhale and exhale. Inhaling back to neutral, slow. And exhale, relax. Very good. Inhale, bring those hands up overhead. And then exhale them all the way down to the mat. Inhaling that left leg up for a brief standing splits. Exhale, set it down, forward fold, relax. We inhale into half lift, flat back, lengthen that spine. Exhale, fold, very good. Hands on the mat and coming into your downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward into that plank, taking your optional chaturanga flow. You can always come onto your knees as well, lowering halfway out. Push it back up, lower all the way down. Rolling your shoulders back, raise on up, up dog, and your down dog. Very good. All right. Left leg, bring it through, base of your lunge, and then bring your hands up onto your hips. Staying right here. So waking up those hips and getting those kind of inner hamstrings, loosen everything, those inner thighs. Go ahead and straighten your front knee and pivot to the right. Turning, very good. And go ahead and hinging at your hips, come on down. Hands can be underneath your face here, or you can grab for those ankles, whatever you like. Just relax. Your wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Really getting into those inner thighs, hamstrings, relaxing on down. Remember, inhales create space from that low part of your back and your hips. Exhales help you hinge on down. Very good. All right. Bring your feet together just a little bit if they came, too far apart. 2 breaths to help get us up. So hands on your hips first, then inhale halfway. Exhale, pause. Then inhale the rest of the way up. Very good. Hands up overhead as you pivot back towards the front into that crescent lunge position. Very good. Bring those hands down to frame your foot and bring it on back. Downward facing dog. Awesome. Shifting forward into your plank. Lower halfway out into that chaturanga. Pushing it back up. Lowering all the way down. Roll your shoulders back. Raise on up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Excellent work. Right leg, same thing, three-legged. Bring it through base of your lunge. And then hands up overhead. Your crescent lunge. Relax them on your hips here. Straighten that front knee and then turning to the left this time. And same thing, folding on down. But instead of having your hands directly underneath you, maybe walking them both over to one side. Relax. Always working with that breath. Inhales create space through your spine. Exhales help you deepen. Walking those hands slowly to the other side. And hands underneath your face. Couple of breaths to help get us up. So hands under your hips. First, inhale halfway. Pause, exhale. Then inhale the rest of the way up. Very good. Then hands back, up, overhead as you pivot towards the front of your mat into your lunge. Hands down on the mat, downward facing dog. Very good. Shift your weight forward into your plank, taking your optional chaturanga flow. And if not, that's cool. We just meet back in downward facing dog. Looking forward at your hands. Step, walk, jump, hop, all the way up into forward fold at the top of your mat. Excellent work. Fingertips on the mat. Bend your knees, come on down. Kind of into your little ball pose here. So in our yogic squat, there are a few ways to get into this. You can come into it from standing, and you can come into it from just being closer onto the mat here, kind of in this modified toe stand. And I think it's best maybe at first to try to come into it from here. So separating your feet a pretty good distance, placing your hands in front of you so you can kind of distribute that weight, separating your feet as much as you like here, and then sitting your heels on down. If you can't get your heels down, you can use a blanket to prop underneath your heels, but we'll get to that in Wednesday's class. And sometimes the balance of this pose is the trickiest part, right? So hands can come together, and if you're hunched forward in your Malasana and you can still keep your balance, then roll your shoulders back and slowly grow from that tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back. Roll your shoulders back even more, and eye gaze lifts. Just breathe. And in talking about our eye gaze, just having it lift just gently, maybe above the horizon. We don't want to bring our, eye gaze up to the ceiling or anything, but just gently elevated. Just breathe. And if this is not accessible to you, maybe trying to widen your stance a little bit. And, for some folks, Malasana can be very difficult. So place your hands on the mat. And then from here, straightening out your feet as you raise up, coming back into that forward fold. Legs separated just gently, and maybe Interlacing your arms, a little bit of a rag doll, just hang. And release everything. Go ahead and come back up to standing. Kick it out, shake it out. All right, another way to come into our Malasana. You often see this as kind of a rhythmic thing of standing and then squatting and then standing. So going through a couple of these. Now, feet hips distance is usually kind of shallow, right? Those two fists, but we want our feet a little bit wider than hips distance here. And then pivot your feet outward. Inhale, scoop up the earth. And then be mindful of your knees as you come down. Any sort of weird tension or, sharpshooting pain in that knee or joint area, just back way off. But if you can, inhale, hands up, and then exhale, squatting all the way down. You might keep your weight kind of forward at first. Sitting on down. Holding in your Malasana, couple breaths. Okay. Now, instead of standing straight up, it's kind of a little bit better on those knees if you kind of shift your weight forward just a little bit and then slowly coming all the way back up. Very good. Shake it out. Okay, one more. We're going to take more breaths as we're down there in that Malasana though this time. So inhale, arms up. That prayer position. Exhale, squatting all the way down. Holding in your Malasana, your Garland pose, your Yogic Squat. Just breathe, about 5 breaths. Very good. Okay, go ahead very slowly, inhaling all the way up. Release your hands. Very good. Shake it out. Alrighty. And another fun way to get into our Malasana from lizard pose. So go ahead, inhale, hands up. Exhale, back bend. Hands come back up. And then swan dive all the way down. Very good. Downward facing dog. Taking that left leg, brief 3-legged, bring it through. Base of your lunge, lower down to your back knee, untuck your toes. And left hand inside of that left foot and heel toe your foot up and out towards that top corner of your mat. Now, we don't need to come down too far. If you want to come to your forearms, that's fine, but just encouraging this leg to open on up. Brief lizard pose, so you can see how this kind of has similarities to our Garland pose, right? This foot's kind of ducked out a little bit. And in a minute, we will come into that Garland pose, but just a couple more breaths here in your lizard. Okay. This left foot, heel toe it in, pretty snug towards that arm. Make sure this foot's down, nice and strong. And from here, shift your weight forward as you pull that back foot up into your Garland pose. Tucking those toes and then bringing it up, placing it down, sitting on down. Awesome job. Breathe. All right. And hands on the mat, shifting your weight forward. Straighten out your legs as you come up into that forward fold.
ragdoll a little bit, just hang. Gotta do the next side, hands on the mat, downward facing dog. Alrighty. Take that right leg, bring it up, base of your lunge, lower down to your back knee, untuck your toes, right hand inside of that foot, heel toe that right foot up and out, and letting that right hip open up, knee drops down just a little bit. A few breaths in your lizard, just breathe. Okay, heel toe that foot back into more neutral position here, still having it ducked out just a little bit. That back leg, tucking those toes, and bring it all the way up into that Malasana. Remember in your Malasana, seeking to grow from tailbone, low back, mid back, upper back, eye gaze lifts. Hands on the mat, wide leg forward fold, straighten out those legs. Hands on the mat, downward facing dog. Very good. Shifting your weight forward into that plank, and elbows stay glued in at your side body, lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes, hands, come along beside you, relax. Left or right ear on the mat, whichever one you like. And in your own time, rolling onto your back for Savasana. Relaxing in your Savasana, feet fall out, arms fall out, legs fall out. Go ahead and bend your knees on up and very gently just kind of tick-tocking them back and forth. You can come as far down as you like or not. Just releasing a little bit of tension. And bring those legs on down. Welcome to your final Shavasana. Just relax. Breath is full and present, in through your nose, out through your nose. All right, very slowly, if you'd like, coming up into that seated position so that we can bow together. Thanking you all so much for being here. I greatly, greatly appreciate it.
If you have questions, anything, putting them in the comments below, giving this video a thumbs up, giving me a shout out, maybe throwing it on your Facebook, talking about it on Instagram, whatever you like. Instagram is also an excellent place to connect with me. Thank all of you so much for being here, from my heart to yours. Namaste.